I'm back in the Buffalo Bills groove. I'm back in the Viva Los Bills groove. I'm back in a way. Pow, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Viva Los Bills. Buffalo Will, joined by the man, cousin Vinny. What up, Vinny?
What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up?
How was your Turkey Day, Indigenous Day, whatever you want to call it?
Man, it was great, man. A lot of food, a lot of leftovers, a lot of love, a lot of family, a lot of friends. Just thankful that we're 7-3. Thankful that the Miami Dolphins lost. Man, I'm thankful for a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, everybody out there watching, want to say what's going on? Hey, we were talking to Bobby the other day, our last show, and one thing we didn't know, or I didn't know, is that our audio, not our video yet, but our audio goes all the way out even to India. So anybody in India listening to our show, whether it be tomorrow or the next day, whatever, what's up? Hello. Join our Facebook page, Viva Los Bills. Join and follow us everywhere else on I-95 Sports Network. Well, you're already doing that. Hey, join our Facebook group. It's free, and just hit us up. Let us know that you're watching. It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think?
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's great. I love me some Indian food, bro. You know what? Let's not even get into that.
I like Indian food too, I must say.
Yes, sir.
Some of these games yesterday was brought up to my attention. So our boy Kyle, he wanted me to say, hey, bring up this about football on Thanksgiving. What do you think of always watching the Cowboys and the Lions? What's your opinion?
What do you mean? What do you mean, like in terms of changing it up or keeping it the same?
Yeah, changing it up, I guess. Do you really want to watch the Cowboys and Detroit every Thanksgiving?
Well, listen, I like watching it last year because the Bills put a whipping on them. So, between the 90s and coming up, there were, America's teams. So they had that Thanksgiving thing to where they played every Thanksgiving. But now, things did shift. And, like last year, I didn't mind seeing them play because they played the Bills and Bills whipped them, So it's just like every year, I would leave it alone. I would leave it alone. I'm a guy. I'm kind of like a creature of habit, so it doesn't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say keep it the same. I don't know what Kyle thinks. I don't know what your opinion is, but my opinion is just keep it the same. It's kind of like a tradition. You know what I mean? And if they play, as long as they play different teams every year, that's like they've been doing the past couple of years. I don't have a problem with it because it's a different variety. Like I said, last year the Bills played and Bills came out on top.
I think I get it because you're stuck watching them. Okay, like the Detroit Lions haven't been good in a while, so it's like we have to watch Detroit. And listen, I like rooting for the underdogs. There's times I thought Detroit might have made the playoffs, and they haven't in how long. I was happy when they had Mariucci, thinking Mariucci would get them up there and Megatron and all that. But if they're struggling, man, then you have to watch some rough football.
It's rough.
It's kind of tough.
It's rough.
And like you said, you already said it like 3 times. You're like, I didn't mind last year because the Bills finally are on there. There's so many teams out there, and you got to be force-fed to watch the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions usually. And you don't really want to see them all the time. The Cowboys, when they're good, and they're struggling. It's an ugly game yesterday. So I could see it. I know, what was it, like 2 years in a row they ended up putting 3 games on. And that's like either you end up having the time watching like Detroit, it's either Detroit Cowboys or the Bears.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, Dallas is a large market. They're the America's team, whatever they want to call it. But now look at the Bills. I know you probably we talked about it earlier. Bills is a small market team, but look at the month of December. You probably could pull it up. The month of December, we're going to be playing 2 Monday night football games, a Sunday night football game, and a Saturday football. There you go, right there. Bam! Look at you. You right on point. But my point being, it's rare that the Bills have been in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Just last year, we had a Monday night game, a couple Sunday night games, maybe a Thursday night game. I mean, these 4 games that are coming up in December, I know the last couple of games that we've been, besides the Dallas game, we haven't looked so hot. You know what I mean? So I'm rooting for us to do well in these next 4 games, in prime our next 4 primetime games, to show that this small market team can bring in big numbers.
Yeah. Well, here's actually a comment already. One thing, well, and that was another note I was going to bring up a little later is that the Bills ended up not the Bills. The NFL changed the Bills Broncos game to Saturday, and they'll be playing at
Yep.
4:30. So that was changed. So that gives us another, like you said, outlet shot. Here's the man who started the comment with the whole Thanksgiving games. Hey, there's Kyle. Hey guys, Buffalo should sign Kenny Stills. Take the cat hit. That was another thing I was going to bring up. I could have waited a little bit. Kyle came out jumping out early. The Houston Texans are set to cut Kenny Stills, and he has his contract for this year is at $6.9 million.
That's a lot.
So, do you really want to take a hit like that on Kenny Stills? I think he only has 11 catches or something this year for 144 yards or something like nothing crazy. I mean, he's a beast when he's running good, but he hasn't been good yet.
That's a big cap hit to take, man. In my opinion, that's a lot of money. I mean, we're pretty much, when John comes back, we're going to talk about the injury report. But with John Brown in there, Cole Beasley, and Diggs, with Gabriel Davis, and I think Isaiah Hodgins is back too. I mean, I'm cool with that lineup, man. I think they're gelling. They're gelling. Besides, John Brown being hurt, and for Kenny Stills to come in, I don't know. I'm kind of torn about that. He's a great player. He's a baller, but I think we kind of established already, man, with our wide receiver core.
I think there's different places we might want to address. Kenny Stills like a guy. Like if John Brown was out completely, then I don't know. Davis is going to do well, like you said. Now if Beasley and Brown were out, then hey, why not go get Kenny Stills?
Absolutely.
I probably wouldn't do it right now. So Kyle, we were talking about do we really want to watch Detroit every year? My thing was I was happy, like you said, man. Finally, the Bills were on Thanksgiving, and I think the last time before that was maybe Kelly's era and
long
Detroit
time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time. So again, it's tradition watching the Detroit Lions. I think Ralph Wilson Jr. Didn't he come from the Detroit Lions at one point? He was a partial owner, and then when he went off and bought the Bills, right?
I think he lent him money or something. I don't know, something to that effect. Way back in the day, he was part owner.
Well, I know he lent the Raiders money. He helped out Davis keep the Raiders running, and I think he came from Detroit. I think he was a part owner there at one point.
Yeah, I think so, because I think that's where they had the blue, something with the uniforms. We discussed in one of our earlier shows. I don't remember, man. I'm getting old.
I was gonna say we're getting old, man. We're getting old. All right, let's keep moving on. So, I would like to see other teams, but hey, it's like you say, tradition. Cowboy fans love it, and I guess Detroit fans love it. We just gotta hope. The one thing they have to do is mix up the league more. Yeah, I'm listening to myself. Hey, mix it up. Don't always have them playing. Say at least I had them playing Houston this year. You don't always want to see Minnesota. You don't even want to see Chicago against them. You don't always want to see Green Bay. So mix them up. Throw other teams that they usually won't play or whatever. That's all right to me. Some more news real quick. Big news is the Ravens and Pittsburgh game got moved to Tuesday because a bunch of Raven players have COVID-19. And one big name is Lamar Jackson. So he's out of the game unless, don't they have to wait 2 weeks or something before they can even come back? Unless he gets 2 negative tests, and then he could play on Tuesday. But as of right now,
he could play.
Yeah. He's hopefully he'll be okay. But there were, as of yesterday, they had positive tests, and they were waiting to see it today, see if they had any more. I haven't seen anything on it yet, so hopefully not, and they get to play the game on Tuesday. And if he doesn't play, we're going to have Robert Griffin III playing at quarterback again, and this does not help the rest of the league.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, RG3. And this is not going to help to see if the Steelers are going to lose a game. This falls in their favor. They actually canceled practice today. They said, you guys stay home, take another day. We might not face Lamar, and we got to play on Tuesday. So They actually took an extra day off.
Yeah, but look what happened with Dallas too. Dallas skipped I think a practice too. Look what happened to them yesterday. So that might not be a good thing. If Lamar plays, we're gonna talk
Mhm.
about it later on. But I actually see this Ravens football team beating Pittsburgh. Reason being, Lamar had 4 turnovers that first game. So if he holds on to the ball and doesn't turn over I think I'm rooting for the Ravens anyway. So we'll see how that goes. We'll talk about it at the end of the show when we get our picks.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm rooting for them too. I'd like to see them. I'm kind of mixed. I would like to see them beat Pittsburgh, but I also kind of want Pittsburgh to stay undefeated until the Bills beat them. You know.
And then Ravens gonna have to be, they'll be in panic mode if they lose this game too. So it's a lot of different scenarios playing out.
Yeah, very true. Also, hey guys, if you're out there, shoot your comments, questions, whatever. We'll post them out there. Thanks for Kyle, as always, posting out there and watching the show. Another thing, quick news: Cardinals, with all this COVID happening around the league, they are actually will not allow the general public to their home December 6th game. So they changed their little tune. They had people going to the games, and now they changed their mind. They don't want anybody there. So I guess they're trying to keep all their players safe. What's left? 6 games for everybody, 6, 7 games or whatever is left. It's coming to the end. You don't want people getting sick towards the end when you're trying to make that playoff push. So I understand
Yeah,
what they're doing,
absolutely.
and so that's one thing. Another thing we were talking about, okay, Kenny Stills, which we said about. Bam. One thing we were talking about was Miami, Tua. I mean, I know it's last weekend's game. It was a big loss for them. Tua saying before the game, a few days before the game, hey, I thought the NFL was going to be harder. What happened, Tua?
Yeah, he didn't think it was gonna be that easy.
You know, you didn't
Hmm.
think it was going to be that easy, and then now you're getting pulled during the game. So I guess they took offense to
Listen,
that.
I don't know
You're gonna
about you. I don't know about you, but when they pulled two out and Fitz came in there, it almost looked like he threw the game because Fitz loves Buffalo. So who knows what the heck he was thinking? Like, what, they pulled me out for this guy. I mean, it's just, of course, hearsay. Just a thought throwing out there. But he loves Buffalo, man. Who knows what the heck he did because Fitz was just being Fitz at the end of the game.
well, he was trying to bring them back, so he's trying to
Yeah, yeah.
sling it all over the place, but it
Uh,
wasn't working. I guess Tua knows now that it's not as easy as he thought those first 2 games, and even if his first game, he didn't do much.
yeah.
He didn't lose the game, but special teams and defense pretty much won that game. So
Absolutely.
yeah, he had less than
Yeah, his
100
numbers
yards.
weren't his numbers weren't spectacular. Like, whoa, he's dominating the NFL. Well, you know
Yeah,
what? That's why you got to stay humble, man, because you learn with the quickness. When you say stuff like that, the
yeah,
opposing team's gonna be like, oh, this guy thinks, especially the edge rushers and the guys, they're gonna want to get a piece of him quick. So that's kind of
yeah,
motivation. You want to be humble and just keep your mouth shut. Just let your play do the talking. Because when you come out there and you say you thought the NFL, when they ask you and he responds that he thought the NFL wasn't going to be this easy or whatever, it wasn't going to be that hard. That
yeah.
just gives fuel to the other teams to come and get you, and they did it. Look what happened in this game. They had to pull him. I thought it was an injury. I literally thought it might have been an injury. I know he wasn't playing well, but when I saw Fitz, I was like, I don't know what the heck's going on, but it ain't good.
I got one of my buddies, Mike, from back in high school, Mike Tirado, saying, "What up, Will? What's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? Long
So,
time
Mike,
no talk." Yeah, uh, yeah. It's hey, everybody's looking at that, and he didn't just say, "Oh, that team wasn't as tough," or that team. He said the whole NFL wasn't that.
that's even worse. So everybody be gunning for you then. All 31 teams, whoever plays you.
Everybody wants a piece now.
Yeah.
All right, real quick for the 49ers, they're getting some good news. Richard Sherman, Raheem Morset, and Jeff Wilson are all coming back for them. They're all injured. That team's been banged up the whole year. So they get a little good news for them. They got 2 running backs back and Richard Sherman to hold down one of the corners. Now, one thing I was looking at, talking about like the Cowboys and stuff and getting blown out by the Washington football team, almost messed up there yesterday. The NFC East.
Mm.
Oh, man, what a division. There's talks that to win the division, if a team has 6 wins, they might win this division. So you might have a team out there 6-10 going to the playoffs. Like it's ridiculous. I get it.
It,
It's your division. It's nobody's fault. But are you serious? If a
yeah,
team gets in at 6-10, even at 7-9, that's an embarrassment. Usually, you look at 9-6 or 9-7, you're like, damn, they shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
it, yeah, it is an embarrassment. But once you get to the playoffs, you got to remember everybody's 0-0. Anything can happen. And some of these teams with their injuries, sometimes they're in a funk. But some teams could just when they start off fresh, they might have a different attitude. Might get the football gods looking down on them, and they might win a playoff game or two. You never know. You never know. Just like the team we're going to play next. I mean, we're going to talk about that later on too. But their record doesn't indicate how well they played. But with all the close games they've had, we'll get into that in a little while also.
Guys, shout out Yessie. Yessie, thanks for watching, Yessie. Anyway, she said, Viva los Bills. I don't know why some of these aren't popping up on the comments. I think it might be because they're not posted on the I-95 Sports Network, but I'm always looking on the side here. And if you see anybody hit something up, you shout it out too.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, but you're look at Washington's 4-7 right now. Eagles are 3-6. Giants are 3-7, and the Cowboys are in last place at 3-8. None of them are out of the stupid race yet, and it's ridiculous. That's how bad it is.
There's still hope for all of them.
They all have a chance of making the damn division title for their team and get in the playoffs.
It's insane. It's insane. Why wasn't the AFC like that a couple years ago with us?
It's sad, except for the AFC, I think, West or whatever. You can't get into the playoffs half the time that 10-6. Look at the Dolphins missed it, I think, one year.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
The Pats also. You have to at least be 10-6 to get into the playoffs, usually.
Look what happened with us. We had to have Cincy, help us with, with the different scenarios to get us in that one year.
Yeah. I mean, I know this year is different, whether they add another team, so there's going to be an additional spot. But still, man, it's kind of sad to look at a division this bad and know that one of them is going to get into the playoffs. But like you said, once you're in, anything can happen, which is the truth. Anything can happen at that point. But still, to watch a team at 4-7 be in the hunt was ridiculous.
That's rough. It's rough.
All right, real quick before we get to some Bills news, we got to talk about the whole league. Listen, the MVP race. So it's looking like everybody's giving it to Patrick Mahomes already. I get it. The Chiefs are 9-1. His numbers are up there. But, according to a bunch of polls out there.
Well, who has the best numbers? Who has the best numbers?
It depends. If you look at it, I think Patrick's up there and then Aaron Rodgers. So right now, the top 5 that supposedly a lot of people have as the possible MVPs, the list is Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, which I'm surprised he shot up, Russell Wilson still at 3rd. They have Josh at 4th, and Kyler Murray's up to 5th now. Mm. I mean, you could look at it and say, okay, Patrick's 9-1. That's great. I mean, do you penalize him because they won last year? He didn't win the trophy or the MVP, but he had a winning team. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers was in the playoffs. Russell Wilson, did they make it last year or they didn't make it? I don't remember.
Who are you talking about?
But Russell Wilson, the Seahawks. Did they make the playoffs last year? It was a wild card.
I don't remember. I remember what I did yesterday.
And Kyler Murray was playing great, running the ball like a running back. Can't hate on him. He's throwing the ball too. He's got a lot of passing yards. He's at 5th. So if you're looking at the MVP race, I'm looking at, all right, I think it's going to come down to the last week of the season to see who's where. These guys are all putting up crazy numbers. But let's say Kyler Murray and Josh Allen get to their teams, win their divisions, and get these guys into the playoffs. I think they should jump up in the list simply because people did have the Bills possibly winning the division. I had them at 12-4. So, I believe in them, but I might be a hammer, But nobody saw Kyler Murray. So to me, I would look at it and say, damn, Kyler Murray got Arizona to win their division and in the playoffs. I would put him above Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson probably. unless his
Yeah.
numbers aren't up there. And the same thing with Josh. If they go 12-4, I don't know how you can hate on these two guys. You know, what do you think?
I don't know. Josh needs to. Of course, I'm rooting for. I got a little bit biased with Josh.
Hmm.
If he does this game that we got with the Chargers, both defenses are really struggling. I think it's going to be a high shootout. So I think that's going to really propel Josh's numbers.
Hmm.
And depends how he finish the season. I think he's got a great shot. Barring any injury. Looking at the rest of the schedule, he has a true shot. I mean, I know Mahomes is a favorite. Aaron Rodgers has been playing lights out too. So I think it's up to
Hmm.
Russell Wilson's been struggling. I know, last 3 out of 4 games, he really, they kind of like been corralling him and getting the pass rush against him. His numbers, they're still great numbers, but
Yeah.
to have him in the playoff hunt right about now, I don't think so. I think it might be between Mahomes, Rodgers, and Josh in the next 5 or 6 games. We'll see the men separate themselves from the boys per se. And by the way, I think the Seattle Seahawks were in the playoffs last year. They had a wild card game against the
Okay.
Eagles,
What
from what I remember. I think they lost to the Packers, from what I believe. I can look it up real quick, but I just remember that they played in a wild card.
Yeah. I wish I could post one of these comments here, but it's not on our site here, but it's on my page. So anyway, Jonathan, who is also a commenter on I-95 Sports Network, also he's saying hello from Southern California, and
Right,
Yessie, actually Yessie's my sister-in-law, by the way. She's a
right,
Steelers fan. So her comment
okay.
was, "Are the Bills ready to get their ass whooped by the Pittsburgh Steelers?"
We gotta have her on before the Pittsburgh game. I got a childhood friend, a
Yeah.
diehard Pittsburgh fan that's gonna come on. His name is Dwayne. He's gonna be on with us too. So, hey, the more the merrier. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. A lot of folk. We're gonna talk about this real quick, and we're gonna move on. Pittsburgh, I can't take anything away from because it's very difficult to become, to be 10-0. Very few teams have accomplished that. My kudos to them, but you know, the only team they really beat was the Ravens. I mean, the Bills have more wins over above 500 teams than with 4 of them over the Pittsburgh. We're gonna see December 13th, 12th or the 13th. I believe it's the 13th. We're gonna find out who the who is.
Who? Listen, this is the thing. Let me give you a
That's
little.
right.
Let me give you an update on Jessie. Okay, she was born in Jersey, and she's a Pittsburgh fan, but now she lives in Oregon. So I don't know. This girl's confused. Okay, she's just confused. But we can have her jump on and put on her little Pittsburgh jersey there, or whatever. Uh,
That's cool.
Also, going back to this game over here, Kyle's like he would like to see Tyrod Taylor start Sunday for the Chargers. Oh, I would like to see that too, Kyle, because then we know he's going to lose. He's going to lose, Kyle. Kyle loves Tyrod Taylor because they look like brothers.
Oh
That's
shoot! Damn.
Kyle.
That's true. That's true.
They look alike. If Kyle grew his little mustache a little thicker, he would just look like Tyrod
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor.
How is he doing anyway? I know he had that punctured lung, that freak accident thing he had going on. Is he like really ready to play? If anything, if he's called in?
Oh, I'm not even sure. I couldn't tell you. I
Yeah.
haven't been paying attention to that. Uh, Another sister-in-law, Kathy's laughing over here. Jesse said, Jesse said the Steelers will win this. Ha ha ha. Whatever. We still got a while, so people are laughing. All right, what Kyle agrees with you, saying that they have a soft schedule. All right, so let's move on. Let's catch up on some Bills news here. Being that it's 23 minutes in already. We don't have Big Bobby to smack us around. We already talked about the December schedule. Being that we have most of our games are in prime time, so everybody's gonna get to watch the Bills. Good stuff. Anyway, guard. We got some bad news over here. Let me get back to my little banners and stuff. I could throw this up. This man, bam, Cody Ford. He is out for the rest of the season. According to the NFL media reports, it's that he suffered a torn meniscus in practice. But for the
Yeah,
last 2 weeks,
that's rough
he's been dealing with ankle injuries as well. So he's gone. Another guy who's going to be out
for the
this week.
season.
Yeah, he's gone for the season, sad to say. And we were thinking he would be back this week. to have that original lineup somewhat without Span, but that's not happening. John Brown, bam, smoke. He's out of this game. He's not playing on Sunday due to an ankle issue. I know he was dealing with that knee issue as well, but he's not playing. Now, some good news is your boy here, bam, Josh Norman. He's been activated from the COVID-19 list, and they're saying he will play on Sunday. So that's good, man. As of right now, we have two guys out.
Put that picture back up real quick.
Hold on. Let's see what happened.
Damn, that looks like Travis Henry's stiff arm, bro. All right, just take it out. Take it out.
Damn, that's right. When I put in Josh Norman to look for a picture, how many of those Travis Henry or Henry shots? Damn, like that.
Every angle. There's like every angle. But he balled out after that. You got to give it to him. And you know what? To his credit, anybody that's ever tried to tackle high on Travis Henry has been posterized, like Michael Jordan. Like they've been posterized like that. So he shouldn't feel bad. But next time, I guarantee you, Josh Norman is going to go straight for the ankles.
That or he's not going to try to tackle him at all.
yeah, right.
He'll fake it. He'll do like a Dion tackle.
Oh wow.
So he's out. All right. We touched about. So anyway, no, good thing. Right now we're gonna miss Ford and Smoke. So now even though it's what we got 6 games left, 7 games left. Norman could actually pick up his pace and get those 11 interceptions I said he would have to lead the league. Oh, look at that. We talked about the Bills moving their game to, well, not Bills, the NFL moving the Bills Broncos to December 19th. Now they're playing up for 30. That's one thing. Also, the Panthers and Packers, they were moved also to that day, but they're playing at 8:15 p.m. More news coming up. Same time as always, bam, Hall of Fame finalists, semifinalists, sorry. There was a list out there, 2 Bills on there again. And this man, bam, it's his second year on the active list, semifinalist for the Biscuit. I was looking at it. I mean, honestly, do you think Biscuit will make it? I was looked at one thing as a top 50, I think, linebackers in NFL history, and they had him at 25.
Yeah, he's down there, but man, I don't know. I'm really rooting for him. What is this? His 3rd time, but this is the first time as a semifinalist. So I think I don't know. Yeah, I think I don't know I'm rooting for him, of course. I'm biased, but I mean, he did play. Who would he go under as a Bill? Because I know he played for the Bills. I know he played for the Falcons, and who else he played? Played for the Colts. Yeah. So I mean,
he played what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years with the Bills. Yeah, 9 years.
Yeah, I think he'll be going down as Bills. Yeah,
and 2 with Indy. So you would think his best years were all with Buffalo. He did have one pretty good year, his first year with Atlanta. It wasn't like, let's say, okay, he started 13 games. He had 1 pick. 60,
I mean, the names that are with him, man. I mean, you got a lot of guys that are in there. You got Peyton Manning, you got Rodney Harrison. I mean, these guys. I mean, I'm rooting for Bennett, but I don't know. I think he might sit out this one and probably be a semifinalist. Hopefully next time and see what happens. But I don't think he's gonna make it this time.
I hope he does. I mean, every year he averaged, except for 1 year, he had 54 tackles. Combined, was his lowest in his career. His best year was with Buffalo. He had 107. And then later on, when he was 34 years old in Indy, his first year in Indy, he actually had 105. So, he did play well. His last year in Indy wasn't all that great, but he probably wasn't, starting all the time. And I know he missed 1 game. I like Biscuit.
Yeah.
He was a cap casualty when they ended up letting him go. When he was with Atlanta. It was towards the end. Well, he still played 5 years afterwards, but it was a tough loss. I always liked Biscuit. He was one of my favorites. Even though I reached out to him on Twitter a few times. He hasn't gotten back to me, but okay, okay, biscuit.
he'll get back to you. But
Yeah,
listen, just to put in perspective, I know Richard Seymour from New England Patriots was a semifinalist, I think 4 times, 4 or 5 times, and he hasn't gotten in yet. So I think Biss is gonna have to sit out for a little while and wait.
yeah.
Just my
I
opinion.
mean, I tell you right now, if he doesn't get in this year, and if he's lucky to make it to a semifinalist next year and doesn't get in, it's going to be tough.
Might be, yeah,
It'll be real tough for him. Now, another guy everybody talks about and puts him on that list, and he's a semifinalist again, is this man, Bam,
yeah,
Steve Tasker.
yeah.
Again, no special team players have been named to the Hall of Fame, unless a kicker has. That's problem, but no Gunners, if you want to call them that, have made it. This is the eighth time he's a semifinalist. Why
Yeah,
aren't they
man.
putting this man in the Hall of Fame? It's a beast. You ask anybody around our age, at least, who will say, "Hey,
Yep,
who's the best special team player ever?" It was him,
absolutely.
you know, and he
Absolutely,
did.
I agree with you. I mean, he's been a semifinalist 8 times. Throw
Hmm.
the man a bone. Let him put him in the Hall of Fame already, man. I mean, I think this might be the year for him because, I mean, he was the best special teamer in history. Everybody, when you guide yourself on the Gunners and when you want to raise the bar, set the bar, Steve Tasker is that name. That's the guy you want to set the bar to. So, I mean, he deserves it, man. 8 time semifinalists. Just give him that jacket and let him get in there.
Yeah, everybody's saying it. Why not just give the guy the damn thing already? You know, he could have played. He did play some wide receiver towards the end of his career. Supposedly, Kelly always wanted him out there, and Marv said no for the
Didn't
longest
want him yet.
time. Eventually, he broke down and said, "All right, yep, let him go out there." So just imagine, he probably would have put up some nice numbers,
Big
even bigger,
numbers.
better,
Yeah.
yeah, at wide receiver if he would have played all those years
What
with
was
them.
his? I think his 40 time was something like insane, like back then, like 4.2, 4.3. It was like really super fast. He
I
was
don't
really
know.
fast.
I don't know about his, but I know BB.
Oh no,
He
no, it
was
was Don Beebe. That's what I'm confusing with
BB.
Beebe. My bad. You're right. You're right about that.
Why are you confusing the white
Yeah.
guys, man?
No, no, no. Don Beebe's my man. You know that. You know that. You always make fun of me because I say Don Beebe's my man, and I think he runs like a speed
Yeah.
camp or something like that for
Does he?
pro athletes. So yeah, 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 he does. That's why I got confused. So hey, appreciate you straightening me out. But Don Beebe's was the speed guy. Steve Tasker was just a baller. He was just
Right.
had a head for
He-
the ball, and he was a great gunner. He was a great player, man. Great player.
yeah,
Um,
and he was fast too, man. He has skills.
yeah,
He caught a lot of passes. He had some nice passes towards the end of Kelly's time. You know, it was good. I liked him. He was a beast. He was always a beast. Actually, some bad news for the Bills. Well, the guy hasn't really played was Tommy Sweeney. I don't know if you
oh
saw it.
yeah,
He's out for the
yeah.
year with Mike. What is this? Myocarditis or whatever it is. Switch
The
into it.
COVID heart disease.
Pretty
Just say
much.
the COVID heart disease.
It causes inflammation in the heart, the muscles that affect the heart's ability to pump and cause rapid or abnormal heart rhythms. So he was dealing with COVID-19. He was
Yep,
on the list for what, a few weeks,
yep.
and I guess he ended up getting this mitochondria, did this, and it stinks. So I don't know how or if he can recover from that. I
I don't know.
mean,
It's a season ending, so we'll see.
mhm,
Hopefully, prayers up to him, and hopefully he could get over this because I never heard anything. It's all unprecedented, man. So I
yeah.
guess he's gonna. We'll find out. How that affects. That's why it's so important that these guys take care of each other. In terms of the social distancing and masking up and whatever protocols they have. But what
Mhm.
me and you talked about this before the show. What I'm a little confused is how a team could get a couple, positive COVID tests, and then they get their games pushed back to get their players ready. But what about the healthy teams that just like what happened with the Bills and Tennessee? Like we had to pay the price. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
how do they come up with those scenarios? And the fairness of it is kind of like what I'm questioning it.
I don't know. Yeah, the whole Tennessee thing, it was a little ridiculous. And they were saying there was a possibility that if I guess more players did get sick, then they might have to forfeit the game. But as of right now, it's scheduled to
Mm,
Tuesday, so hopefully nobody else gets sick. Again, this is what we talked about That's why you have all these extra reserve spaces.
Yeah.
Guy goes down, you're supposed to bring these guys up, and hopefully nobody else gets sick. You shouldn't be missing anything unless half your team's out. If you're missing 5 guys, you're supposed to have that in the practice squad. Bring them up, play the game. If everybody's healthy, play the game. And if you have 5 guys out with COVID, sad, but hey,
It
got to
is what
keep
it
moving.
is.
Yeah. The other team shouldn't be suffering like you said because they didn't go through their protocol. And what's nuts is when I saw this is we talked about I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was to me it was the first time I saw players on the sideline when they weren't playing with masks on. So the Ravens have been doing what they have to do. It just
Yeah.
goes to show you that it doesn't matter. You still could catch it and who knows. So it stinks for them.
Mm.
Hopefully Tommy Sweeney, hopefully they could fix that issue because if they
Yeah.
can't, that might be the end of his career, you
Yeah.
know, which would stink. It's pretty bad. Hopefully, like we said, prayers. Hopefully he gets to play. Hopefully he's
Yeah.
healthy and he could come back next year. One thing with your boy right here talking about MVP, he's looking at the league right there. You see that face? He's like, "You guys listening? Well, listen. Josh Allen is the only QB in NFL history to have had 2,800 plus passing yards, 21 plus touchdowns, and 5 plus rushing touchdowns in a season's first 10 games. That's why he's got that mean grill. He's like, you guys listening and pushing me all the way down to fourth on the MVP list, saying I don't belong. Listen, I don't
Hey,
know.
actually, I seen that picture. I think that's when he took a bite out of that turkey leg after he beat Dallas.
Yeah, all I know is that this guy, he's breaking Bill's records, which some records I'm surprised because I thought like they wouldn't be broken because of Kelly. Kelly was such a beast. And he's breaking league records left and right. He's
Yeah.
breaking records that Mahomes isn't breaking. So how do you not take this into account? How you just push the
Yeah.
guy
And
back?
because of his success in passing, you see his number of runs decline. His running
Mhm. Yeah.
ability has it hasn't declined. It's just his passing ability has increased. And Jim Kelly, I think, quoted. He said the torch has been passed. So Josh, good luck to you, man. And this is a guy that loves Buffalo. He loves the community, loves the fans, and especially after what happened with his grandma and all the fans donated to his cause. To his grandmother's cause. I
Yeah.
believe me and you talked about it was over $700,000, and even with the loss to Arizona, Arizona Cardinal fans donated. So that was a class act, for the Arizona Cardinal fan base. Kudos to them,
Mhm.
and even though it was a tough loss, uh, that kind of made it up for a little bit, because they showed us some love. But it is what it
Yeah.
is. Josh is the man. I think he's going to be the man for a long time. He wants to stay here. I mean, barring any major injury or major change, deal, or you never know with Brandon Bean. You never know what's going to happen. So barring anything major, he's here to stay, man. And I wouldn't have. I'd rather have. I wouldn't have anybody else than Josh. I love Josh, man. He's a great player, a great person.
Yeah, like I always say, he's been improving every year, improving. I don't know how much he's going to improve to next year. Uh, and it still can happen. One thing, like you said, his running has been down per game, but the Bills' running as a whole has been down, which kind of stinks. That's why I was hoping Cody Ford would be healthy and get our line back to where it was. But that's not happening. Cody's not going to be there. Ike is probably going to take to start again. He started against the Cardinals. Against that Cardinals team, that's the game we talked about. And Mando even said he should have ran the ball more. He should have taken off and ran a few more times, and he didn't. He's so conscious, I think, already of trying to sit in that pocket and let the play develop and wait
Yeah,
for it that he's not running. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Sometimes you gotta run. All right. Now that we talked about all this, I guess it's ready. We'll talk about this upcoming week's match. I'm gonna throw out the injury report here per Buffalo Bills PR. So as we already know, John Brown, he's going to be out. Cody Ford, he's out indefinitely. Jake Fromm, we all know it's the whole COVID thing, so he's not playing. Jerry Hughes, good. He was limited, but he's full. He's full. Lee Smith, he didn't practice. Some illness. Who knows what it is? Josh Norman has said illness, but he's been a full participant. And hopefully he plays. Now, You think he should start at the other corner? I still say leave Levi over there and slide Josh into the slot. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think your boy deserves a shot.
Levi?
Levi. Yeah, I think it's slowly but surely it's been changing my mind a little bit better. I like Levi. I've been watching how he came from Alabama and how he was a walk on and all that in his story and how hungry he is. Josh Norman. I like Josh Norman from the beginning of the season. I thought he had a tough break at Washington. The way he was utilized, I figured when he came back, he knew the same system as McDermott had with the Panthers. So I thought he would thrive, but he's not doing that bad, but watching a couple, Levi Wallace, I was torn because remember he had a couple last year. He was like the leading missed tackler, and he missed a lot of tackles and everything. So
Yeah.
I know he worked real hard this offseason, gained a little bit of weight, got a little bit stronger. Did have a couple missed tackles here and there, but I think the kid's ready. I think he's ready to take that second cornerback spot. I think, I'm rooting for him. I like Josh, but Josh been injured pretty much the whole season. You know what I mean? So I think Levi been injured too, but I think Levi fares well and works well with Trey on the other side.
Yeah, they've been bouncing back and forth. Both of them been injured, like you said. I mean, Levi earned a spot last year, so and he put in the work. I like him, and yeah, he missed tackles, which was bad, but he saw more action because nobody was throwing the tray. You throw the
Yeah.
tray, it's either going to get
Yep.
deflected or picked off. Even though he gave up a touchdown finally, I think this year, one or two. What is this? 4 years
Now,
in,
now,
5 years
now is that Cardinal?
in?
I don't hate to beat a dead horse, but is that Hail Mary go against him as a touchdown reception? Because that was
It
his
was,
man,
his,
DeAndre, huh?
it was his guy,
Right?
right? So it should be his
That was his
second
guy.
touchdown or third touchdown
Yeah.
this year he gave up. So
Yeah.
it has to be. It's his, even
Yeah.
though a few other guys could take some credit with that too.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, Norman he's just knows his crap. He's been around the league so long. Being in that slot gives him freedom.
Yeah.
If you want to run a three-man, then hey, you could do that. You could go back to three three linebackers maybe or whatever.
Yeah.
But even that course, you put Norman. Norman could stick any slot guy pretty much one-on-one.
Yeah.
Levi and White on the outsides, I think is pretty damn good. I think that's a
I
great
like that.
combo to have. It's a good problem to have. And then you have Tremaine comes in and he plays well, and Neal. So you got depth. As long as everybody's healthy, man, this defense should get better. Yep, I agree with Kyle. Mitch Moore should start. Hopefully, no concussions anymore. It's a big piece because now you could put Feliciano back on the out as a guard or
Yep.
or tackle wherever they want to put him. The guy's a monster, Guard when
Yes,
he
sir.
plays, he's a beast, man. It's good to have him out there.
What was the deal? I didn't look at the injury report. What's the deal with that Panessa? I know he had a concussion. Is he cleared?
It wasn't even on there. Let me go back and see. Bam. Concussion, and he was a full. So he practiced 3 days
Okay.
more.
Sweet.
So there you
Okay.
go.
Good deal.
Come back. So let's see. Hopefully it does.
Good deal.
Real quick, Bills are 7-3. Chargers are 3-7. Games at 1 o'clock in Buffalo. Total series, Chargers lead the series 25-12-2. 3 playoff games. Bills won 2 of them. Chargers won 1. The last time they played, the Chargers won 31-20, and I believe that's when my boy Peterman started. So
Oh, Nate.
the only good thing for the Chargers is that Austin Eckler is back from his hamstring tear that he suffered in week 4. He said he never felt pain like that before. The only thing on this practice squad, which I don't know what's going on here, is that if you look at Mario Addison, I mean, I know his knee is vet rest, but he hasn't practiced since Wednesday. Well, he didn't even practice Wednesday.
Last
So
week. Yeah.
is he going to play or what? I hope he plays. We need him.
We need him now.
He leads the sacks on our team. Besides that, real quick, points per game. Bills are averaging 27.2, which is 11th in the league. Chargers are averaging 26, so it's not that far behind. They're 15th points allowed per game. We're giving up, what is this, 26.5. We're ranked 20th in the league. They're giving up 27.3. They're 24th. I'm surprised with that defense. Actually, both of our defenses were pretty damn good last year. and they're both giving up a lot of points this year. Sacks
Yeah,
wise, talking about Mario Addison, we have 27th, which is eighth in the league. They have 17, which is 23rd. I'm surprised with their team with Joey Bosa and those guys. They're not really getting to the quarterback, which is a good thing for us.
yeah,
Turnovers, we're plus three, ranked ninth. They're minus three. They're 22nd, which is good. Again, they have a really good secondary and crew. This is one thing I don't like: penalties. We have 68 penalties. We rank 30th in the league.
yeah,
They have 56. They rank 13th. We can't stop shooting ourselves in the foot. What the hell is going on? You would think
yeah,
with McDermott, our team would be more disciplined. And also, one stat I don't like as well is that the Bills are averaging 97.6 rushing yards a game, which is 27th in the league, and they are averaging 121, which is 10th. What the hell's going on with this damn rushing, man?
I don't know. I don't know. But with Mitch Moore, I think with Mitch Morse and Feliciano moving over, I think we're gonna have a little bit better run blocking. I think we ought to be able to run a little bit better. But this
Mhm,
team, this team is not. We shouldn't be sleeping on this team. I mean, they're what 3-7, but
mhm.
all the games. I know we talked about it earlier too. All the games that they've played, they've lost by one score or less. I mean, they've lost to and good teams at that. There was
Yeah,
two games that went to the last second, last play of the game. So this team can easily be 7-3. I mean, they're not, but the record doesn't really indicate the closest and how well they've been playing. I don't think this is a team that we should lay down. And this is a very important game we have coming up. Believe it or not, this is
yeah,
going to really show how the Bills respond to that Hail Mary against the Cardinals. We had a week to prepare. It's going to be a shootout. Justin Herbert is no joke for a rookie. I think he's going to get Rookie of the Year. The kid is no joke. He's got an arm. He's a smart player. He's been throwing really well, big numbers. Our secondary better come ready to play, and our
yeah,
run defense. I mean, those are the three things we need to get. We need to establish the run, hopefully with Morris and Feliciano moving over, we'll get some run blocking. Our secondary is going to be tested with Justin Herbert. So Trey and whoever's on the other side need to get ready because it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a plus 50 game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think both defenses are going to just collapse. I think it's just going to be an offensive shootout this game. And we really need to win this game. This is really to make a statement to ourselves as to themselves as players and to the league that that game with Arizona was a fluke. Of course, everybody knows it's a fluke, but we got to show that it was a fluke.
yeah. Well, it's not really a fluke because they freaking caught it.
The,
Listen,
that was a, that was man. That was like a 6% chance play, bro. Don't tell me that was. I when we got off the show last week, I literally saw the play and I did it like frame by frame by frame. But I couldn't believe it. Incredible play. I ain't even mad at DeAndre, man. That was a hell of a play.
no, it was. You can't help. You can't hate on him. It should have never been that play. It should have never got in there. But whatever. One quick thing from the Bills PR: Justin Herbert, actually Josh Allen and Justin Herbert will mark the first time in Super Bowl era that 224 or younger QBs will enter a Week 12 or later matchup with a 100+ passer ratings with a minimum of 8 starts. Both of them are putting in work. It's crazy that they're 24 and younger, man. Especially her his
Yeah,
first
man.
year. So the only good thing is that maybe he'll have a slump, his sophomore slump. Nobody knows about it next year, but whatever. We just got to focus on this week. They have a good squad, man. Their squad isn't no
Yeah, man.
joke. I'm surprised to see this record that they have. Like you said, listen, they lost to the Chiefs by 3 points. Uh, they beat the Bengals 16-13. Then they lose to the Chiefs 23-20. Then they go play the Panthers, lose 21-16. Like you said, these are all close games. Buccaneers, they lose by 7 points, 38-31. They're putting up points also. Saints, they lose by 30-27, 3 points, like you said. They beat the Jaguars 39-29. Lose to the Broncos 31-30. So it's a 1 point, like you said. Again, Raiders, they lost 31-26. Dolphins, they lost 29-21. And they beat last week the Jets 34-28. They're putting in work. This kid's playing well. I wish it was like Kyle said. Wish we had Tyrod Taylor starting. Maybe we have an easier game. No hating. Let's see what
Don't even
Falcons.
say that, because then our run defense is horrible, so he'd probably run all over us.
Yeah, well, here, look what he's saying. They've been struggling on special teams. Hopefully, your buddy there, Roberts, whatever, will have some good returns for us or something. I mean, they have a good squad. Their roster, I mean, the one thing who they have, their running back is out again, but you have Austin Eckler coming
They
back.
they got Bosa too, man. Bosa's a beast. The whole pedigree's a beast, man. Bosa
Yeah,
family.
Kalen Ballage, he's out or questionable. He's not even out. He's questionable. What they were saying, which is big, was Melvin Ingram the third. He's out.
Mm,
He's on
yeah, that's
IR.
big.
Yushina Oswu, or Nushu, however you say it, he's out. And they're starting right corner, Keeson Hayward Jr., which is big. He's out. So those are three big injuries that they won't have. Three big players, which could help us.
Absolutely.
And you need it. One of their running backs is out. That's good. Their starting corners out. That's good. We're not going to have smoke, so Gabriel Davis will probably slide in there, get some time. They have a good squad. So like you said, they can't sleep. And this is a game the Bills need to win. Looking at Bill's
This
schedule after this, it's not
this
getting any
game
easier.
has me nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm nervous about this game, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm
But
really nervous about this game.
the one good thing is that hey, they had a bye. They have a lot of time to
Yeah,
watch this game, a lot of tape. We are getting Mitch Morse back, which is huge, and we're getting Norman back. To me, that's
yeah,
huge. If you put him in the slot, he's probably not going to play every snap. Maybe they'll put Tyron Johnson in there too, break it up. But now you have the option to give some of these guys a breather if they need them. But Norman could just float, man. The guy's a beast, and he's going to
yeah,
play
yeah,
more zone. That's his thing. Let him play that zone. Hopefully, we'll get a few picks off the rookie. You know,
yeah. It's
I
gonna
think
be important to get this game, because if you look at the remainder of the schedule, we have the 49ers, which they look like they're starting to get healthy, and they're going to get
Mhm.
healthy at a time when we're going to play them, and then we got the Steelers. So look at that. We got the 49ers, the Steelers, then we got the Broncos. You never will know what the heck you're going to get with the Broncos either. They
Yeah,
could turn it on or be a crappy team. Then got the Patriots. So if they're you know, still in the hunt or whatever's going on with them over there. They gotta win out. So
yeah,
they're gonna be balling. And then we got the Dolphins. So depends how the Dolphins are playing. They're close behind us in the AFC East. It might even come down if we lose a couple of these games and Miami wins a couple of these games. That game between Miami might show us who the AFC East title winner is. That game might come down to the title game.
yeah,
So we got it with these 4 or 5 games that are coming up are extremely important.
yeah. I mean, our corners just need to be on point because you have Williams over there. Mike Williams is a beast. Keenan Allen, we all know. So most likely, White is going to be on Allen most of the time.
Yep.
And Mike Williams is a beast. So, you could end up doing like a little combo if you have to with Levi
Yeah.
Wallace and Norman. So, yeesh. And you got Jalen Gunn. He's a little beast too. So they're gonna be
Yeah.
busy. Our offense, I mean, our front line, the D line needs to get to Herbert. They need to get to him. And Frazier's going to blitz, which is great. They're going to send the blitz, and hopefully they get to him. They got to pressure him, and we have to control the run. And it would
Absolutely.
be nice if we get a running game going, and this way we
I
could.
think I think this I think this game is going to be the beginning of a good run game for the next couple games. I think with like I said before, with Mitch Morris coming back and Feliciano sliding over, I think we're going to be okay. I think they're going to establish the run.
I hope so.
I would love for the Jets to win over Miami, Kyle. That would be great. That would put us way ahead of Miami for the AFC East. That would be great.
That'll give us some
The
breathing
Jets,
room.
hey, I can't. You know what the funny thing is? Every single week I've been picking the Jets because they're due for a damn win. One of these games, my brother-in-law's a huge Jets fan. He's like, oh, they're gonna lose out so they can get that kid from Clemson. I was like, I don't think so. These guys have some pride, man. They want to come and win. They don't want to come out there and lay a goose egg or lay down. They're gonna come and fight. So
Yeah.
Jets are due for a win, and I think they're gonna win big too. I think they're gonna beat somebody that we don't think they're gonna beat.
The one good thing is it's a division rivalry. They're always going to step up for
Yeah,
a division rivalry.
They
So
play
anyway,
tough, man.
yeah, no, it is. Well, let's start looking at these matchups we got. I don't know if you calculated your wins from last week. I went decent. I
I
was at
did
nine.
bad.
I was I was 9-6. So I can't really complain too much, even though my numbers have not been as good as they were last year. You gotta take my
I'm
word for
7-8, but
it. Damn
we
tape.
don't even talk about it. Just go ahead.
So you know, I had the Texans and Washington. I don't know if you believe me, but I'm
I had
lying. I just
Dallas.
said I got it, so my record looks better. But anyway,
Oh, okay, okay. All right, I was about to say, I thought Dallas would come back, and I did have Houston, so I'm good there. But rest of the week wasn't good. But what's going on for this week? What you got going on for this week?
all right, here we go. The Las Vegas Raiders are heading down to Hotlanta. Raiders are 6-4. Atlanta's 3-7. Raiders are giving up 3. For all I know, I think the Raiders are back and healthy. So, man, the Raiders and Hotlanta is just rough. I think the Raiders are going to win this game by 4,
Mm.
probably. So,
Oh man, I don't know, man. The Raiders played good against the Chiefs. I don't know if you saw that game. They played pretty well. Like I said, they were the only ones that gave the Chiefs their loss. But I don't know. The Raiders defense don't really convince me that good, man. So I don't know. I think I might take the Falcons on this one, man. 28-24.
all right, so we're going opposite directions. By the way, my girl's on here. She's like the whole family on here because all her sisters are commenting. All right, so here we go. New York Giants. This is an ugly game too. Giants are 3-7. They're heading down to Cincinnati, 2-7-1. Joe Burrow is out. The guy is gone. So the
Devastating,
Giants
man.
are actually giving up 6 points, which is kind of crazy. And sometimes they're competitive. So I'm actually going to go with the Giants to win this game.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was. I actually like Joe Burrow, man. I like the way he came out the gate, as a rookie. The way he's been playing, and to have that injury, man, that's so devastating for him. But I don't even know who's gonna take his place. Who's his place? Ryan? What is this guy's name? Finley or whatever his name was.
I
That's
think it
taking
was
Joe Burrow's place.
somebody. I don't know. I got to look. I
Yeah, I
forgot.
mean, I don't
It
even.
might be- it
Yeah,
was either
I
him or
believe
somebody.
it's.
Go ahead.
I think it's Ryan Finley or something. But I don't know. I think Daniel Jones is gonna get it rolling. I think the Giants are gonna win too, man. I got them 24-17 Giants.
All right, so you got them covering. And let's see who this quarterback is. I'll tell you right now, because that's what we do. It's Brandon Allen
Yeah, I think it
or
was Finley.
Ryan Finley. Yeah,
Yeah.
either one. Right now they have Allen as the starter on ESPN, but who knows?
Okay.
Nice game here. Tennessee 7-3 going down into Indy, who's 7-3 as
Mm.
well. Colts are actually giving up 3 points. Philip Rivers, they were saying looks good in practice, so I guess he was banged up and should play this Sunday. But I don't care. I'm taking the Titans, getting
Ooh,
3 points.
ooh, ooh. It's gonna be a good one, man. This is for the division right here too, man. This is gonna be a good game. It's probably the game of the week for me, man. I'm gonna watch this game because I wasn't thinking in the beginning of the season, I think the Colts were going to be that good, but they've proved me wrong. They've been playing extremely well. I think the Colts might beat the Titans and take hold of that division, man. I got them 21-14.
Ah, all right. You like the home team? Panthers are heading into Minnesota. Panthers are 4-7. Minnesota's 4-6. Minnesota's giving up 3.5. The only thing that seems that Minnesota could do is run Dalvin Cook. And I don't know, man. Panthers have been playing all right, even though McCaffrey is like doubtful, or they're not sure if he's going to play or not yet. The Vikings are just such a bad team this year. I don't know what the hell's going on with these guys. I mean, Diggs
I
was
don't
that
know,
big
man.
of a piece for them. I'm going to go with the Panthers. Why not? I'll take the Panthers getting 3.5.
I don't know. Vikings did struggle. I know they blew that game against Dallas and stuff. Um, what's his name? Bridgewater's gonna come back. I don't know. I think Minnesota's going to come across this one. I think they might win. I got Minnesota 24-21. I think Minnesota's going to pull it off. They're going to run a heavy dose of Dalvin Cook. I think they're going to take it back.
All right, here we go. Cardinals heading into New England. Cardinals 6-4, and Pats are 4-6. Cardinals are actually giving up 2 points. I mean, how is New England
Mm.
going to be against the run? Problem is, Lamar is going to be running all over the place. My thing is, can the Pats control him? They have a very good secondary, so we know that. But are they going to be able to stop him from running all over the place? And I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals -2. I think,
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I mean, I know we're talking about, New England's going to have to win out the rest of the season if they have even an inkling of a chance to try to make the playoffs. So this is a must-win for New England. As
Mhm.
I'm going to say this the rest of the season for them. But Cardinals didn't look too good I don't know if you saw the Seattle game with the Cardinals. They didn't look that good. So that being said, if New England can contain Murray, like you said in the run game, uh, New England has a chance. I'm torn. I'm really torn in this game, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go with New England because I know it's a must-win game for them. So I think New England by 3. I'll say 21-18.
What's sad is, okay, so right now they play the Cardinals. After the Cardinals, they play the Chargers, then the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they pretty much. I think they need this game because, okay, I could see them losing to the Rams also, and the way Miami's been playing, they'll probably lose to Miami again. So if they don't win this game,
You're
I
done.
think they're pretty much done. Yeah, but I'm still picking the Cardinals because I'm going to hate on New England as much as I can. So anyway, here we go. Here's another game. The Dolphins 6-4 are heading to East Rutherford, New Jersey, to play the Jets, the 0-10 Jets. Miami's actually giving up 7 points. Like you said, division game, and the Jets are going to want to play.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Dolphins have been playing some good ball. They went back to Tua, so I mean, he got pulled. I want to take the Jets. I want to take the Jets, and I'm just going to take the Jets because I'm hating so much. I need Miami to lose so we get a little more breathing room. So I'm going to go with the Jets. Maybe not to win, but to cover, definitely. And you know what? I hope they win, man. They need a win.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. They're due for a win. I say this every doggone week, and every doggone week I'm wrong. But if there's any time that I want them to win, it's this week. I want them to beat the Dolphins. That way we take sole possession of the East by 2. What is it? Be 2 or maybe 3 games ahead. So I want them to beat them, and I hope the Jets beat them bad. But probably won't be the case. But I'm pulling for the Jets to pull this one out in a tough division game. I'm going for the upset, man. I think Jets 24, Miami 17.
I hope you're right. I hope the Jets do get their first win. And they'll still be okay if they have that. They'll be tied with the Jags. They still can win the first round pick. Don't worry about it. Get that dub. Moving on, the Browns are 7-3, heading down to Jacksonville, who's 1-9. Uh, Browns are giving up 6.5. I need Baker Mayfield to have a very good game because he's going to be my starting quarterback this week in my fantasy team since Lamar's out. So I'm going to take the Browns, giving 6.5 to the Jaguars to get me that win.
Who you got? You said the
Brown,
Browns?
yeah.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville got issues over there, man. They're pretty bad. If the Browns could just keep doing what they're doing by running the ball, I think it's gonna be they're just gonna run their way all over Jacksonville. I got the Browns. Uh, shoot, I got them 28-21 Browns.
So you got them covering. Hey, Con, if you're listening to the Viva Los Bills show, I'll become your GM over there in Jacksonville. I'll fix the shit. Just let me know. Just give me up. Hit me up. I'll make some moves. Anyway, moving on. Ravens heading into Pittsburgh. Right now, last time I checked, there was no line for this game. I guess they want to see how many Raven players end up with COVID or not have it. Hopefully not. Uh, man, with no Lamar Jackson, that team's different. I know RG3, he's a vet, but he struggled when he was there. I don't know when the last time he played. I think did he play sometime last year? Maybe 1 or 2 games. I don't even remember. I think Steelers win this game. Uh, just you need Lamar to give you a chance. I think over there.
So is it a lock that Lamar ain't playing? Is that what you're
What
saying
I
that he's
saw,
not playing?
they said he was out. He had COVID, and then they I'll check you right now. Go ahead. You check your you make your picks.
Okay. Hey, listen.
Yes.
I know it's a big game. Pittsburgh rallied back to beat the Baltimore Ravens. I think they won what by 3, 4 points. It was a close game, but Lamar had 4 turnovers. I think if Lamar reels those turnovers in, if he's playing, I'm gonna have the Ravens beating Pittsburgh for the first loss. I say it's gonna be a close game also, but this is contingent on what happens with Lamar if he's playing or not playing. Like you said, if he
Yeah.
doesn't play, I think the Pittsburgh is just gonna probably win big.
So according to ProFootballTalk.com, word of quarterback Lamar Jackson's positive COVID-19 test broke on Thursday, and the Ravens formally moved him off the active roster on Friday. And he was placed on the COVID reserve 19 list. So yeah, he's not
Ay,
playing.
ay, ay.
Yeah, unless something crazy
Mm.
happens, he's not playing.
Well,
But
maybe he
all right,
tests positive. I mean, negative twice before the game or something. I don't know, but he hasn't even practiced either. Then, so that can't be good either.
so you're picking Ravens still?
Nah, nah, no
Nah.
way. Unless I don't know, man. Unless RG3 comes, does like he did in Washington in his early days or something. But I don't see it happening.
All right.
Pittsburgh going to be 11. Pittsburgh might be 11-0 at the end of the day.
All right. Moving on, Saints heading down into Denver, going up to the Mile High, not down. Saints are 8-2. They're giving up 6. Broncos are 4-6. You never know with Kurt's team over there from the K and K show. Every time I pick against them, they win, and when I pick them, they lose. So I'm always been a Saints fan, even though they don't have no Drew Brees over there. I always like Jameis Winston. So I'm gonna pick the Saints, giving up 6, heading down to Denver.
You gonna give up the 6, man? I don't know. I think it's gonna be a closer game than expected. Tyson, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this kid, what is his first road start? Um, Denver, they played well last week. They wanted to beat Miami with Fitz and everything. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I think it's gonna be the Saints, but real close game. I'm talking about maybe like a 1 point, 2 point game, maybe by a field goal. So I'm gonna take the Saints 24-21.
Damn. All right. You think it's that close?
Yeah.
49ers getting 3 players, 2 running backs, and Richard Sherman heading down to the Rams. LA Rams, Battle of California. 49ers are 4-6. Rams are 7-3. Rams are giving up 6.5 points. I'm taking the Rams with the 6.5 point, giving it up. I don't
Man, I
think.
wouldn't give up the 6.5. I don't know, man. If they're getting all their players back, Raheem Mostert's a beast. He's a runner. I've seen him play in high school down here. He's from the area, New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Actually, my
All right.
son played against him in high school. The kid's a beast. My son actually played against Nathan Peterman. He's from this area too. But Raheem Mostert is just a speedster. For them to have him back, is actually a game breaker, man. That kid is fast.
Yeah.
So that being said, with them coming back and all the injury guys that are coming back, I think the 49ers are going to try to make a run for the rest of the season. I think the 49ers might pull this one off. It'll be a close game, but I think the 49ers might pull it off. I'm going to say 24-21 also. Close game.
And no Garoppolo, no 49ers for me. Uh, Chiefs 9-1, heading to Tampa to face Brady and the 7-4 Buccaneers.
Mhm.
Chiefs are giving up 3.5 to the Bucks. Which Buck team is going to show up? You know what? I think Tom Brady's going to have these guys crazy, foaming at the mouth, and I think they're going to pull this win off and hand Mr. Mahomes his second loss. As
Man.
I'm sipping out my
It,
Mahomes haterade.
oh man, this is a tough one, man, because it's weird because now once you want you say Brady, you think an automatic offense, automatic. But Brady he's been struggling, man. If he's either a hot or cold now, you don't know what Brady you're gonna get. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Denver, you know what I mean? You don't know what team you're gonna get with them. But uh, he did really bad against the Rams on Monday night. It was pretty ugly. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a close. I think Kansas City might pull this one out, man. I think. What did you say? Plus what? What was your plus six? You
Uh,
said.
no, Kansas City is given 3.5.
I don't know, man. I think that will cover. I don't know. I think Kansas City's gonna beat them like 27-21, bro. Be honest with
Well, I hope you're wrong.
you. That's a
Monday
tough one
night
to call
game.
because you don't know what you get with Brady. You don't know what you're gonna get with him, man.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, my concern's more on the Tampa Bay defense getting to Mahomes. That's
I
my
read somewhere. What's the head coach's name from Tampa Bay? I
uh,
heard him in
because
anyway.
he
I heard I forget his name right now off the top of my head, but I've heard him and Brady were having a couple little issues as of recently. So they had like some discussion or some argument or something like that. I mean, I
he'll
read it.
call. The thing is, he'll
You
call
can't.
Brady out on his crap, and he don't care. That's the thing.
That's that's
So
that's a good thing.
he'll
Bruce
put him on
Arians, I believe it
blast.
is. Bruce
That's it.
Arians, that's what it is. Yeah, and I believe they had like a little spat or something, you know. But hey, you can't believe everything the internet says. So we'll see what happens.
It's true, but supposedly he has called him out. If he says he had a bad game, he'll say he had a bad game. It's
Yeah,
not like really Belichick used to do. He doesn't care, you know. He's like, it is
yeah,
what it is. He holds you accountable, which is good. Here's an old classic Monday night game. Bears are heading into Lambeau Field. Bears are 5-5. Packers are 7-3. There was no line as of earlier this morning from on ESPN. So with that note, I'm going to take the Packers. They're getting Lazard back in that. So well, he was back
yeah,
last. He's getting some of his
yeah,
weapons back slowly. So
yeah. The
just gonna,
Bears are a mess over there, man. They're not. They're no. Aaron Rodgers is gonna put up some big numbers. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be 28-17.
all right.
Green
Last
Bay,
game,
by the way. Green
yeah.
Bay. Okay, I don't know if I said the Bears. I meant Green Bay is gonna win.
They think you said Rodgers is going to go up. So last
Yeah.
game, like we always do, the Bills game. So the Chargers are heading into Buffalo. Who did the Chargers play last week? You remember offhand?
Uh,
I'll look that up in a few seconds.
damn.
Chargers 3-7, Buffalo 7-3. Bills as of right now we're given 5.5 points. I think the Bills should win this game. I mean, at 5.5. Part of me feels like they might win by 3, but I'm going to take the Bills giving 5.5. Just getting your work. I think we match up very good with these guys. Allen has to make smart decisions, you know, and somebody block Bosa.
Yeah. Chargers beat the Jets. That's who they beat. Um. Uh.
So
It's gonna be a shootout.
real quick,
Uh-huh.
that's their second travel to the East Coast, which is good.
Yes. Yeah.
Back to back
That's a
travel.
good thing for us.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they're traveling and we're all coming off a bye. So,
Mhm.
we do have the advantage in that case. But like I told you before, we have to with Mitch Morris, Feliciano moving over. I think we're gonna have to establish the run game. And
Mhm.
I sound like I'm beating a dead horse. The cornerback's got to be on point. Yeah, pretty much. And we got to see how Josh Norman and the other boy, Levi Wallace fare out. And I think if they hold their own, I think we pull off the. I think we pull off the win. But it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be an offensive shootout. Hopefully, I'm wrong, and it's like a 10-7 game by the end of the game. But as long as we get the win, I'm good with it. But I think it's going to be a plus 50 game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be a fast paced game. But I think Josh is going to pull it off. So I got the Chargers. I got the Bills winning. Uh, third in the burner, 31-28.
I hope they play well, and it's big that Hayward's not playing, and Melvin Gordon Jr. the third or whatever Melvin the third is not playing. That's huge, also. Because that's about it. Come to an end. They're gonna sip of that drink.
Drinking my haterade against the. Wait, let me see. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's it. It's a good Bills cup right there. Uh,
Ah,
Everybody who chimed in, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for watching. Everybody all over the place, wherever you are. Hey, India, thanks for tuning in again. If you guys are listening, hit us up. You can go join our Facebook page. Put a picture on there so we know you're actually watching while listening. Soon you guys will have video out there too. Everybody on Zingo, I-95 Sports Network, all across YouTube, all the Bills followers and backers, and all you guys who give us some love. Thank you. The family, Chuck, Kyle, everybody. Thank you. Guess we'll sign off.
Viva los Bills.
Yeah. Viva los Bills.
Go
Adios.
Bills.
Buenas noches. Hasta la próxima. Ciao. Nos vemos. That means goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.